All right. Hi. Good morning, folks. So I am going to continue on the collage that we are building using Go. So let's pull that up quickly. What is it called? It's called collage here. Yeah. We don't need the browser currently, so let's close that. Yeah. So let's see where we were at yesterday, and then we'll proceed accordingly. So yesterday we were doing downloads. So this is doing all the downloads, and then we were sort of storing the downloads in the avatars directory. So we have all the images here. Suppose that we were having we were doing some image manipulation where we were taking an image, resizing it, and also making grayscale. So that is also working fine. However, this image manipulation is working with a very specific image rather than a set of images. But I think, like, before I can clean up the code and sort of make it work with existing downloaded images, I think I should look into the combining of images. I think, like, once we have that figured out, it's not really a lot of work. And also I realized, like, the download the way it works is like we do logging of errors here. So I think what we should be instead doing is error. Does this do log? Oh no, not even this. Maybe something like fmt error f, and then we also put in yeah, I think this is fine, but it also requires where we write the error, or I think, yeah, like, we just create a new error and sort of return it rather than log it to the console, right? The reason for this is so that once all of download completes, so either we get a list of avatars or we get a error or list of avatars, right? So something like this. But yeah, I think, like, we can do this later on. First, let's look into combining images, right? So let's look at the Go image package. It's called image. I have, like, this one is going to be the tricky part because I have no clue about how to sort of combine images, and these are going to be a lot of images. So we can see the coordinates of multiple images right now, but what do we do with them or how do we create a new image is something we'll have to figure out. Let's delete all of this first so that it stops throwing these errors. Let's delete this as well. Okay, what is, yeah, it doesn't need this and it doesn't need this, should be fine now. What is the issue with combine avatars? Okay, yeah, we haven't created this yet. Okay, it should be fine. Okay, so this is image package. The only function available is a register format. We have new alpha 16 in case we want to create a new alpha color or new alpha image. What does this return? Alpha 16. Okay, returns alpha 16 image, right? So I think we do have to create a new image, so that is what we want. Let's see what other options do we have, but we don't want an alpha image. Like alpha would probably mean like it might mean like it has that transparency part, the alpha part, but I'm not sure. Let's see what are our other options. CMYK, no. Set image, no, that's on CMYK. We earlier did a gray image, so it must be similar to that, and then you provided a rectangle, which is I think like the bounds of it. Let's see. So in manipulation, we did this thing here, right? New image, and we provided it the bounds, and bounds are basically received from this. So we have to see like what this value is. So this gives us back a image rectangle. Let's look. What does image rectangle look like? Rectangle has a minimum and maximum point, right? So it's a comma, like, but what is a point? Okay, these are just values, right? So I think like this is something we can manually create an image rectangle and pass it to the new image. I don't want to by default create a gray image. Like by default it should be a normal image, and then we can optionally make it gray. So yeah, I'm not sure what sub image returns an image representing portion of the image. Okay, no, we don't want sub image, we just want a new image. So is there a way to create that? Let's see. Okay, we don't have a buffer for this. What is the issue? Okay, let's go here. So if we do image dot new, I think we could do RGBA, returns a new RGBA image with the given bounds, or what is uniform? I don't know. CMYK we don't know. We don't need, returns an image with alpha, with a new image, alpha image with the given bounds. Yeah, probably let's do, but with RGBA I think we'll have to provide it. Yeah, let's see, we'll have to provide it RGBA colors, I think. Then so returns a new RGBA image with the given bound. So it returns back, it doesn't return back an image, does it? It returns back this RGBA struct, but let's see. how can we combine images in Golang? Yeah, this is what we want. Append maybe. So here they are using new RGBA similar to us, but what does the solution say? They are reading two files, decoding them, and then doing image.point starting position. So they do point and dx and 0 as well. Then they do image.rectangle with sp2, and then on sp2 they are adding image2 bound size. This is confusing. We'll have to see what these methods do, dx and size. But okay, they are still creating this RGB image. Then they're using this draw. With R, right? So this is the rectangle here. Where is the, like, is there a draw package? And there's a draw package. I think so if we check what this takes in, this takes in a destination image, which is fine. It takes in a rectangle, it takes in a source image, it takes in image point, it takes in op. I don't know what op is, but okay, so maybe it basically, like, which image do you want to update is the first parameter, where do you want to place an image is the next parameter, which is xy coordinates of the image, and then which image do you want to place at that xy coordinate. So basically we have to sort of take say like 100 images, loop over them, and sort of pass them to this draw function. Is what I'm thinking. Okay, so let's start by let's do it here in the main function. Let's start by reading into images and getting their bounds, and from there sort of figuring out things, right? So the way we read image earlier was just doing an open. So let me use the same thing here. Yeah, all of this. Let's close this one here. So we will read this file called Arun, and all of this, and then sort of decode it, check for errors, get the bounds. Then we'll do the same thing for another image. Right here we'll call it, we'll just check what image. Let's do Abhishek. Abhishek, right? This would become equal to right here, and then same thing here as well, and this bound would change to bound 2, because we do need access to bound 1 and bound 2, so everything else can remain the same. Alright, so this should only say that it's not used. Same thing here as well. Okay, now let's see, let's just do like println for both of these value, bound 1 and bound 2. Let's see. Now let's run. I keep writing go, or rather like node. Okay, did we not disable this? Okay, but yeah, that's fine. So we are getting like these coordinates, right? So 0 0, and then dash 300 300, same thing here as well. So let's see like if we can sort of pull out the specific values. So if I do like bound one dot, what is dx? Returns the return r's width, r's height. Okay, and what is max x in that case? A point is a xy coordinate pair, but how is this different from dx? Does it give me back something? What does it like? Does it give us int back? Yeah, it does. So let's print these two values as well. fmt println. Let's just do this, and let's also comment our download part. So we don't want to do this right now, even though it's quite fast. We don't want to do it. Okay, so both these values give us 300. So I'm not sure what's the difference. Just a second. Okay, let's not worry about this. So for a second, what we can, even though like to be fair, like we don't even need to do this because we know the images have the same size, but I think we can go ahead with okay, this is max x height, and then that's the same thing here as well. Let's check one more time. So let me do JD here. So it has this max, min, and max point. Is there a dx here? Okay, it returns a okay. Oh, it returns a delta, I think. Okay, returns the r's width. I'm not sure how min would work. So let's read this here. A rectangle contains the point with min x is less than or equal to x, is less than max dot x, and min y is less than or equal to y and less than max dot y. It's well formed if min dot x is less than or equal to max dot x, and likewise for y. Points are always well formed. A rectangle method always returns a well formed output for a well formed input. A rectangle is also an image whose bounds are a rectangle itself. Yeah, this is not making a lot of sense, at least not right now. So I think we can just go ahead with max x and y, because where is the max? Yeah, it's accessing directly on the rectangle, this property, right? So I think, yeah, I don't want to do a delta, I feel. So let's just do this right now. Let's just do max y, max x and y. In most cases we will require x, and I think like we'll require both of them, so that's fine. Now so the way I'm thinking of this is, let's type it out here. So we'll have image 1, which has like a height and width of 300 by 300, and the same thing is true for image 2 as well, right? So the rectangle as such should be come on, can't seem to type this morning. Should be 600 by 600 for now. We'll just add these values, right? So how do we define this in a new image, right? So if I do like image, or rather you want to do like a image dot rectangle. So this, what does this take in, is what I wanted to know. Or how do we define new rectangle? So it's a struct. To this we pass in minimum and maximum point. I'm not sure how do we do, like, okay, points itself is a type, right? So yeah, so it has to have like two values. But why isn't like something like min on the other line there's max, something like this? Or can we do the same thing if on the same line if they are same type? I don't know. But a point looks like x and y. So there's a min x and y and max x and y. Okay, so just a second. If we now go to rectangle, here's the rectangle struct. Yeah, this one, right? So it will have two structs, one called minimum min and another called max. Both are type points, but at the same time I think, like, rather than manually, I think we'll have to manually create them, because that won't be possible, because the number of images are too many, and we'll have to sort of calculate the total height and width, and based on that create this rectangle. There's no easy way to do it, I think, to create a new rectangle. Let's see. So we want to create a image.new RGBA. Right. This takes in a rectangle, which is basically a struct which has min, right, which is of type point has a x which has value of 0 and y which has value of 0, and similarly it has max which has value of x being 600 and y being 600. But yeah, it is not really happy with this. It says expected operand found this. So image dot rectangle is a struct, right? So if we pass in this thing there, does it work? If it were working, it would have worked down below as well. So I don't think this is correct, that the thing we did, but let's see how we can get it to work. So if I do R here, yeah, it's not even formatting, so something is off. Let's do a go run to see the error. There's a syntax error, unexpected new line, expected a comma or a brace on line 52. Okay, 52. About now. Okay, now it's throwing more errors. It says that how about I do like tell it that it's an image dot point, and same thing here. So now it's only complaining about R not being used. Okay, that's good. Now if I do like image dot new RGBA and then pass it R, so what do we get back? We get back an I. we can do like fmt print ln I dot bounds. Bounds is a function, so I'll call it. Yeah, I think it should work. Yeah, it is working. But then where are these additional fmt calls coming from? Yeah, these. Let's get rid of these. So I think like it's working fine. Just give me a second. Okay, hi guys. Okay, so we left at the point where we have R and we are getting like a new image where we can get the bounds as well. Now the interesting part is that we want to on this image draw, right? So I think we already have the image to a certain extent. I think we have the decoded image here, so I think we should also keep it as 1 and 2 so that we can access both of them. Currently I'm not looping, so we need to do this. So the way I'm thinking of doing this is doing image.draw, which we saw earlier. The parameters are, first we have the destination image, so we need to create an image first that we will draw to, right? I think that is I, so that's the destination image. And then we need a rectangle, which is R, that 2 we have. Although this rectangle I think is a different rectangle. Let's see. Let's go through the talks around this. So draw the draw mask with the nil mask. That's confusing. I'm not sure about this image rectangle, right? Like we are already passing an image. I'm thinking like this is probably just the area that we want to print to. So this is all going to be a elaborate guess here. So let's do it at an offset of, so we actually made a pretty big image where we can fit 4 images, because we did like 300. So a 300 image, that's 600. So only on one axis we could have done it, but then we did 300 and below that 2 300s as well. So that's 4 images. But yeah, let's place it on, like, if because I don't have a or let's see, can we draw somewhere? There are few applications. Yeah, there's quick draw. So why not use this? No, I don't want to learn to draw a sandwich. But yeah, let's see. So we have this, right? What we have. Okay, this application is not what we want. I think there's one more called Drawy or something else. Let's see, draw bang, and this one. Okay, this is too small to draw anything. Yeah, this seems good enough. So what we have, okay, I don't want to do this. How about no angles, or about 90 degrees, and that's it. Right, this is just wasting time, by the way. Yeah, something like this, right? So one image is like something around 300 by 300, but then we have added like 300 here, so making it 600 on the x-axis, and also like this is currently 300, but we made it 300 and 300, so we have like a lot of space, right? So I can't seem to draw with this thing, but currently I want to place the image at this area, right? So this would be 300 on the x and y axis, I think both, and the starting point, and then the ending point would be 600. So let's call this R2 for now, and this would be 300, and this would be 300 as well. The other point can remain 600. Right, so now to draw, I pass in R2. The other parameter that we pass to it is the source image, which would be image 2, which is abhishek.jpg, and we have, okay, now I'm confused, like what is sp image point? Let's see the example here. I think they had done something here. So R2 here, so they're doing like a RGB image, they're passing it R2, which is a new rectangle for the second image. Okay, that is something we did. We create a new rectangle, we did a then we sort of, they gave it the image, then they do like image point, which is 0 0. I'm not sure what this value is, and then the draw source. What is draw source? Like it's basically coming from the draw package itself. So how about we give it image dot point and we give it draw dot src. This would be 0 0, by the way. We don't need the bounds to be printed. Let's see, it's complaining about something here, like image 2. It's not really happy with this. It says it's an undeclared name, although it is declared up there. right? Why is it? Oh, okay, yeah, I see. There should be a colon here. I think it's fine now, but then we have these other errors. How about we name this image 1, or just do an underscore here, because we are not actually using it. Do the same thing for bounds here as well, even for bounds too. But then I think we can have image here, that should be fine. Yeah, this requires a lot of refactoring, but I think it's fine now. So let's run, but we are not actually doing anything, right? Like we are not storing the image, so let's actually store the image. So draw gives us back and doesn't give us back. Okay, it just writes to the image, so we just need to store I think. Here they are doing a os.create, setting all this on it, and then they are sort of passing it RGB. Okay, yeah, this is fine. So we can do the same thing over here. Let's do os.create. I will call it draw.jpg, and then here we'll get the output file, and we'll skip the error for now, because if it doesn't pass, then we'll log the error for now. We don't need to do error checking. You can just do jpeg.encode and to this we pass RGBA, or rather it's called I in our case, and nil, because we don't have any options. So I think there were some errors. No, it's fine. So if I run main.go, it did something here. Do we have abhishek.jpg? No, we don't. No, it's called draw.jpg, right? So let's open draw.jpg. Okay, you see, like it's a 600 by 600 image with Abhishek on the bottom right corner. So let's now do one more thing here. So we have we don't need this bounds here. All I need to do is do one more draw on this. So let me copy this over here, remove this bit, make this, copy this over here, paste it right here, and then replace the 300 here by zeros. So this is our R2. We don't need to am I repeating this? No, I think this is what I pasted here. So R2 is fine. I don't need to do this again. I don't need to create a RGB image again, but instead what I'll do is I'll now again call draw the same image, new coordinates. R2 has been updated. The image would be image, I think image it is, and then yeah, rest remains the same. So now the image should be on top left corner, and the other image should be on bottom right corner. So I think there was some error. Let's see. Okay, I think the Golang would tell us what the error is. Apparently no errors. So yeah, nice. This is what we want. This is what we wanted to do, right? Like place the images. Now I think like since we have figured this out, and the lucky thing is that like every image has the right size, so I think like we can go ahead with an assumption that everything would be 300 by 300. Although it's nice to calculate it and sort of be sure, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, so I think now it's time to sort of get all the images so that we can loop over them, right? Like and also one more thing to note here is just a second. The way our netlify function was working is there was a tricky bit in it, which I also want to replicate here. Just a second. What was it called? Accelerant banner or something? Yeah, this is the one. It takes like a really long time because it has to open a browser, create HTML, sort of, and save it. So yeah, let me make this bigger, right? So I think the way it works is we set a width of 920, height we don't restrain it, right? Like in any way, but I think like 920 is a parameter that we can make adjustable, but initially we can start with 920. And the other fact is that we have like a specified a number of items in each column or each row actually. So each row has, I think, one. Is it 24 or did I count it wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24. I counted twice, 24. So it's 24 avatars in a line, in a column, right? Or in a row rather. So we place 24 items. So, and then it can be as many times it has to be as per the images. So we have to count that, and it won't always sort of equal to like the last row won't have all the items, like it won't be completely filled. So as you can see, like this image here and this image here is same, and so on, like up till the very end. We repeat these because we can't leave this area blank, so we want to just take the first few images and sort of fill them here, right? So that is a logic that we'll have to do, but let's start by without this logic and later on add it on top of this. Okay, yeah, okay, now I think let's make this bigger. So the way I'm thinking of doing it is I think like let's keep the main file, the main Go file as such. Let's go here to downloads. Let's fix this first. So it currently just calls the download images, right? But download images doesn't have like it just downloads the images, like doesn't give you the list of all the images that it downloaded, right? And we can get the image list of images by sort of returning it here. So we can probably return a slice, right? So slice of strings from this, but then we don't have a slice of strings that we can really pass to it, because the one we have that we no, actually we create one here itself. I think get avatars. So byte HTML returns this thing, get avatars returns array of slice, right? But then this array of slice isn't something that is immediately usable, right? So the problem with this is that it has all those URLs that needs to be downloaded first. So I think we get it here when we do a download. At that moment we split out the file name. So I think like we can construct a array right here with this file name that we pull out from it, right? So I think we can just append to this. So we can probably go up here. But where do we figure out the total number of items? Okay, let's do a slice. I don't need, we can do like const avatars. Let's make a slice of string. I think we can start by 200. Why is it complaining? Okay, now it's complaining about this thing. Okay, how about we do it here, right here, and this doesn't need to be a constant. Then let's call it images for a sec. Images, and then I would have wanted it to be here globally in this package. So let's see if I do a var on this. At least var should work fine. Yeah, it does work. So now right up here we can do images is equal to append images. To images just append file name. Alright, this is fine. And then our function returns images. Alright, this is not doing error handling properly, but we'll do it at the very end once we are done with all the features, or at least building the collage. So download avatars now gives you back images. So if we go back to main.go, I'm thinking like just take all of this code. Well, let's create a new file called t.go. This is a temporary file, and we'll just read in main here, right? We'll just call, we won't call it main, we'll just call it the function t, and it should be fine. So here we can clean up things. Right, and then the download avatars will give us back avatars. Should be fine. Avatars we are getting here. The next thing is to create another package called draw images. Image manipulation, again we can come back to that at the very end, because it would happen against a single image, not multiple images. So let's go up here. Let's create another directory called draw image. Let's keep it lowercase and we'll call it draw. Let's create the directory first and then a file in it called draw image.co. So open that up and it will be a package called draw image. Now what this package would do is it will take in avatar. So function would be draw image, right? This would take in avatars, and then this would be array of string, and we will worry about the return value in a bit, but the way we will do it is, so we are getting the file name, so we will do a loop. I don't think we can we do a go routine? I think we can do a routine as well here. That would actually be nice. So we'll make, let's first start by looping over things. So we will get a value from avatars. So let's start by just doing the very trivial steps of printing the values. So we'll do fmt.println v, but something is wrong here, that I've missed the range keyword. Okay, so this is fine. Now let's go to main.go here. This gives us back avatars, right? So now we'll do draw image. Right, so draw image dot okay, so this function isn't exported, so we'll do like capital D, this would be dot draw image, or rather, okay, let's keep it this, and then pass it avatars, and this alone should be fine. Okay, if I run main.go, it should just print all the file names. This is currently downloading, and then I get this. Okay, so the first thing to fix here is that I'm printing index instead of file names. So this would become let's do it like this. Okay, all right. I am not sure why this happens, like why it, if the array has a larger length. Okay, how about we do this, let me go back to draw, or actually it's in avatars, it's in download, I think, where we created the image, right? So let's make it start with 1, or let's start with 50 and then worry about it later on. But yeah, I think like it will do the same thing, where it will sort of print a lot of blanks right after it does a download. You see, like all of this. Yeah, I'm sure there's a better way to do it, I just don't know. But yeah, let's come back to it later on. So let's go to draw image. So we are getting the image values. We do need to check whether it's empty or not. So okay, let's see. Golang, my machine is really slow today for some reason. Let's see what the issue is. So OBS is already taking 25%. VFX also taking 10% for some reason. Memory, OBS and Snapstore. Why is Snapstore running? Okay, I don't know. There isn't much I can do. Alright, so Golang slice print range over slice printing empty values. So let's see. Yeah, treating over slice and go. I think like maybe I'm missing something very trivial here. 0 and empty slice. I don't want to look at the video, but let's see here. We have a struct, we have main, we have another struct, we have array of structs. I think let's search for Golang slice empty values. How do I check for empty slice? I think it will just be len. Yeah, But then why do we even need to do this is my concern, right? Like this I don't want to do. Like we can't really do it. Can use the inbuilt len function. Okay, I think like let's use len and forget about this right now. So we are getting the images here, right? And the way it's printing it out is as we saw earlier, it's just the image name, so we'll have to prefix it with dot slash avatar slash the image name. But yeah, okay, so we can go to download. I think we have already done something around that file name, right? So we did this thing, so we need the same thing here as well. I'm thinking like why not just store this path instead. Path is exactly what we need, right? Like, rather than the file name, we can just use path here, so that way our problem is solved. We don't need to do it twice. So if I now run it, I think it should log the whole path, and creating the image should be easier then. Yeah, now let's go ahead and go to draw, right? So we are getting all the images. We first need to, let's make this bigger. Let's pull up T for our reference. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to actually get the length of the array. So the length of the avatars is would be the total or let's call it total avatars. Avatar is not the best name that I have chosen, but yeah, let's run with this for now. So the total number of avatars is this, and let's create a collage right? So this would be the rectangle used for the collage, and this would be image.rectangle. This would have the min property, right? This would be image.point. This would have certain values, and then similarly there would be max as well. Paste it right over here. So the point here would have, it will obviously start at 0, so x would be 0, y would be 0, x is 0, y is 0, and similarly here, and this has to be max. So this would be, x would be basically 300 times the total number of len. So this is actually going to be a very large image that we'll have to later on resize. We can't do it beforehand, although we'll see like what works best for us. So this would be times total avatars. So this is on the, okay, no, actually, yeah, we need to do a little bit more calculations. So we can't just take all the items. We actually have to divide it into so it's a calculator. Okay, here it is. So we have currently 101 images, right? And in each row we want 24 items, right? Or let's do 25. No, let's keep it the same so that we can compare it easily. So let's keep it 24. So that means we want 4 columns, right? It's 4 point something. So the way I think it would be is 300 times or let's, yeah, this would be hard coded because we know like we want to keep it 24. So this is 300 times 24, and then the y, what would be the y here? So this would be len of avatars, which is like total avatars times, no, total avatars divided by 24, but we want to get like we don't want to do like a 4.2, right? And then also, what is 4.2? Okay, that would be times 300. Okay, so but we want a like a math.ceil. So is there a math.ceil? Okay, let's see. Let's do this for now. Why is it complaining? It's not even saying what the error is, but okay, let's do math dot. Is there a ceil? Oh nice, there's a ceil. Okay, so we can do math.ceil. It takes in some value here, right? I think this should work, and we'll do like 300 times this value. I'm pretty sure there would be some issues with it, but let's see. What has changed? So opening the draw again to see if there is an error, but it doesn't let me know what the error is. Oh, it's missing a comma, right? What here? Now it has imported math.this. What is the issue with this? Cannot use total avatar divided by 24 value of type int as float, so we can convert it to float, right? Okay, we do need to type out the whether it is space 32 or 64, so let's do it 64 about now. Now cannot use the times float where it requires int, right? So we'll have to convert it back to int here. I don't know if this is the best way to do it, but math.ceil would return a float, right? So, or why would it return a float? Okay, I think it should return a normal value, but let's see. So let's just log this out first. I think that would help us understand like if the calculations are correct or not. So collage react, let's print it out. So running this gives us back, so it should be above the images somewhere here. Yeah, 7200 by 1800. So let's see, this would be the value here is 7200, right? So 7200 divided by 300 should be 24, right? Look at me typing with clicking with mouse. Okay, so 1800 divided by 300 should be somewhere around 5. Okay, it's coming out as 6. So why is that? So this is something I'm not sure about. We have so what we are doing here is like we are telling it that total avatars is I think like 101 101 divided by 24 is 4.2. so we are still making it 5. So and that is I think happening five times 300 is 1500, right? But we are getting 1800, which is 6 times. Let's log out the total avatars length as well. Maybe that is something different. So let's do fmt.total. No, print line. Oh, okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, it's because of the empty slices, right? So that has been the issue. So we will probably do is how do we filter this out then? We, in that case, yeah, this becomes a problem, right? Like yeah, let's see if we can convert it into an array. That is our last resort, because I think like we'll have to loop over like range over all these images before we can sort of we can't keep updating the rectangle and then drawing to it as well, right? So I don't think, yeah, we can't do that. That doesn't seem like a right way to do it. So this is our image manipulation. We don't need this, we need download. So here we are creating an image, right, with a 50 len initially, but what if we can get the avatars here? We can get it here, right? So, and then if we subtract 1 from it to remove that png file and then pass it to download images, I think it should be fine, right? So avatars we are getting, right? So let's pull this in here. Let's pull this in here, let's paste it here, and the length would be, how do I create an array? Okay, I think we can just do make image which is of len of, I think, yeah, this won't work either because this is again runtime rather than compile time. Oh god, yeah, this won't work. Let's go back to where we were earlier. Open up draw, right? The only option I think is that let's do a range. So we'll do for I range over avatars, and here what we want is to see if the image is empty or not, right? So we'll do len I is greater than 0, only then do something or yeah, so if it's greater than 0, okay, and this actually would be index here. Okay, so why is it throwing errors? I'll come to that in a second. Let me think through how we want to, like, I don't want to repeat things. This loop will, there would have to be 2 loops, that's the only concern. Okay, let's not worry about, let's do that. So this will basically calculate the total avatars, right? So we can do like total, let's just take this here, move this to the top, paste it and set its value initially to 0, right? So if len is greater than 0, just do a total avatars plus equal to 1. Right, now let's fix this thing. So it's saying that like expected a boolean or range expression. Okay, I've called it ranger for some reason. Yeah, it should be fine. So total avatars we'll get here. Yeah, I think this should be fine. Now it should be 1500 on the y-axis, hopefully. So if we look over here, it's 1200 now, so that's actually smaller. It's 101 images, that's fine. 101 divided by, okay, so yeah, we should get 5 times 300, right? So that's 1500. 4 times 300 is 1200. Yeah, so it's doing 4 for some reason. I don't know why, even though it's 101. Now we can look at it. So if this is 101, alright, so these are 101 images. So let's see, 101 images divided by 24. So 101 images divided by 24 is this. We do a mat.seal, right? We are not doing mat.floor on this. So ceiling here is, what does ceiling give us? Like seal returns the least integer value greater than or equal to what? Least. What, like ceiling gave us back the higher value. Returns the least integer. Seal, what is, returns the greatest integer value. I'm a bit confused here, but let's try it out. Does this not work like JavaScript here? We can do it at the very end so that we can see the value. Let's do fmt.println math.seal of 4.2. This should be good enough. Do a go run. It should give us back 5 is my assumption. Yeah, it is giving us back 5, so that is correct. Now let's do the same calculation over here. So let's do maths.seal how about I declare this as a zero dot zero. So this is now a float, right? I don't need to do this conversion, right? So let's see, if we get a value of 101.0 divided by 24, what do we get back? Let's see. This is extremely trivial stuff, but then I think my fundamentals are incorrect here. So this is giving us back correct, and then let's run ceiling on this. Let's see what the value. Okay, now it's working fine for some reason. Maybe it's the float conversion that was getting messed up. So I think like we have resolved it, so no need to test it further out. We'll just delete this bit. Okay, so we are getting the total number of avatars correctly. We are sort of creating a rectangle correctly. Now let's add the images to the rectangle that we have created. Do this. Let's close the thing here. Let's open T to the side. Okay, so we don't need to loop on this. I think what we need now is, yeah, we need another loop similar to this, right? Like the same thing actually, and we'll see like later on if we can optimize by having a single loop. But yeah, 2 loops isn't going to be a problem right now. So yeah, here, right here, we are getting each image, right? So we have to open the image. So let's start with that. So we'll do os.open I, right, and then we'll get the image, and we'll also get the error from opening, like in case there's an error. So we'll, let me just bring in the logic from the T file. Let's pull in at least all of this here. So we do os.open I, we get an image back. So, or let's call it file at this moment because it's just a file right now, and then we get we decode the image, decode the file, and then we get an image from it back. So this is good enough. Now is the tricky bit. So now we have to maintain a printing rectangle, and we also have to maintain what have we printed so far, right, on x-axis and y-axis. So let's go ahead with that. So we also need to create an image before we do any of this. So let's do that here. So this would be called collage, right, and the value it takes in is a collage rectangle. So this is all fine. And within the loop here, what we want is something like this. So now this would be, I would be at least collage, R2 would be the rectangle that we are writing to within the image, so that is something we have to create, and this would be image. This is, all of this is fine, so we just need to add this R2 here, right? So this would be image rect is something we'll call it. So the image rect would look something like, let's copy this from here, like this over to this part. Yeah, so this would be called image rect mg. Yeah, mg rect. Okay, img rect is here. Okay, now the x and y axis would keep moving, right? So I think what we need is the value that we need is the minimum value, because on the maximum value we can do like min plus 300 and it should be fine. So how do we maintain this, right? So what we basically want is, if it's so let's say let's do it here on the top. So the x would by default be 0 and y would be 0, right? So now if by default what we'll do is, if x is greater equal to 24, we will increment, we'll set x to 0, right, and then y, increment y, right? So what we can do here is, in the loop itself we can say like, if x is equal to 24, in that case set x to 0 and y should be plus 1 to its current value, right? And otherwise just increment x by 1. So I think this is fine. And the way now it would work here is, we'll do x although I think because in case it's 0 we can't, I think we can multiply it by 0, right? So it's fine. We can multiply it by 300 and it will still be 0, and same thing for y as well. So y times 300, and here it will be why don't we store this within x itself? Yeah, but then counting 24 would be difficult. So this would be x times 300 plus 300, and same thing here, y times 300 plus 300. This calculation is happening twice, the multiplication, but yeah, I think like the browser can, or rather the compiler can optimize this. Does this have errors? Okay, so this is fine as well. I think like this is good enough to actually no. What we want now is to save the image as well, right? So we'll go to draw. Let's open T to the side. Let's see. We are doing this thing at the very end. Although we will later on just return the image rather than draw it, but let's do this for now. Right, so we'll take in the error. If error is not equal to nil, we'll just do a log dot fatal ln failed to write the draw image. Okay, now it has an issue here that we need to replace this with collage, and we'll call it output so that it's a bit more understandable. Yeah, it's fine now. So let's save this, let's close this as well, and then run the program. So now it's downloading. Okay, takes some time, right? Like the drawing bit is taking a while. I did not anticipate it taking this long. Either it's stuck or something else. The image would get like pretty big as well. So let's check the memory usage. If it's to the point where it's taking too much memory. You don't see Go. Okay, Go is mentioned here. It's taking 10 megabytes. I'm not sure if it's stuck or it's something else. No. Yeah, it's not taking more memory than this, so it feels like it's stuck. How about, okay, no, it's done. So but yeah, it did take a while. So let's open the draw image. What is, okay, yeah, you see we get a blank image up front. It's 72,000 7,200 by 1,500, so that is fine. Okay, and then need to do that. Let's make this window bigger. Right, so the first image is missing. I think some of the images are missing here. Oh, I see the issue. Okay, it's not really in the alphabetical order here. But why is there a black image is something I don't know. It's 1.2 MBs, which is not too big even for like this. Can I zoom in? Yeah, looks fine. So this is fine. This is creating that collage, but my concern is like, why does it take so long? Is it some calculations? Is it downloading? Is it combining the images? I feel it's probably combining the images that takes it so long. How can we profile this? Golang profile. I think we can use pprof, but I have not used this, so let's see. This takes a really long time, so I don't know if this is the right way to do it. Let's figure out something around this. So we are not running tests, so that is fine. We do like pprof, but I don't think I have code tool pprof. Down.prof. Okay, so this requires this file, right? Like the file, but where do we get it from? This is expecting tests. Is a test mandatory in this case? I think it is, but we can write a test, like that should be fine. Okay. We need this package profile defer profile start with, okay. Build and run the program, okay. Okay, then run pprof against it. Okay, we need CPU profiling, I think, initially at least. So let's do this. What we need is a profile package, right? I don't think we'll have it by default, so let's pull this, and then go to our main, run defer profile dot start, and then stop as well. Okay, so this is fine. Then we just build, right? So we do go build. Okay, now it's throwing errors. Okay, we can mv t.go to t.t or t.s, and then do go build. Why is it sort of, let me move out the outside this project. Okay, so I did build this. Where did it put this though? It's called collage. Yeah, if we run this first. Okay, we just had to run it anyway, so I think it's fine. And then we run pprof on this. Okay, so we had to run it, but okay, in a temporary directory, step 5, pass the binary location and the location of the pprof file. Okay, okay, we can do that. All right, let's wait for it to complete first. Taking a while. I think like with pprof it's, or like generating a profile, it takes some additional time as well. Okay, so it has created this file, so we will do like go tool pprof, tell it to generate a PDF file. PDF, the binary is called collage, and the pprof is at temp profile this and CPU prof, and the file output file would be called prof.pdf. Okay, we don't have graphics, that is a problem. Execute dot. So how do we install graphics on Linux? Can I just do like sudo apt-get apt install graph this? Yeah, I think I can just do this. For now at least, then I can sort of figure out like what is the minimum solution around this. Okay, so this is there. Let's try. Okay, this was fast. Did it generate the PDF file? So let's open prof.pdf. Oh, nice. So we can see here what the issues are. So runtime main takes 99%. So this is the runtime main. This is the main function. Draw image is taking most of the time. Within that encoder right encoder is taking so is it encoding that is taking all the time, or is it okay? We call JPEG encode. Just a second. So I think this should this seems like because this part is taking JPEG div is taking 14 seconds in total. This is taking 7.4 seconds. This is taking 4.5 seconds. This alone is the problem here. This is also taking 3 seconds. Like all of it is like the JPEG part is taking the most time. And then once it's sort of done with all of this, writing file, all of that is like quick. Not really quick, but then it's quite fast comparatively. So Jacob, keep calling Jacob. JPEG encoder write block, right? So encode is the problem here. So let's see where we are calling it. So this would be in draw image. You don't need this. So yeah, this bit is slow. But is it part of the loop? Hopefully it is not. Oh, I think are we just a second. Let's take this out as well because we don't need it here. How about now? Like I think like I was looping over this for multiple times. I think that is the problem. Let's see. If I run, just to go run, hopefully this might make things better. This is with profiling enabled, so slightly slower comparatively. No, it's still slow, but okay, at least we knew that like it was being called multiple times, so we can open the new profile file. No, it's still slow. Actually slower than before, it seems. Okay, this is really slow now. Or did we just break it? So where's the draw thing? It's writing to this. You see, like it's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down. and then suddenly it's generated, right? But the profile was also generated, so let's generate a PDF from it again. Yeah, let's open the PDF now and see. Yeah, I think it's still the same thing. So JPEG part is taking a lot of time here, like 14 seconds here. Yeah, so let's see if we can improve something. So if we go to draw image, okay, still in the loop, come on, this is ridiculous. Yeah, here it should be here, like outside the loop completely. Now it's within the function, so I am still not sure if we were doing it correctly. Just give me a second. Okay, as you can see, like this was quick. So if you open the profile, no, this is the older profile, so let's generate the new one. So go tools, prof, open the PDF. So okay, why does it still say the same numbers? Let's delete the profile. Maybe, okay, yeah, this would have changed, right? So I'm using the old profile, so let's fix this here. Let's do temp profile. This is 07, yeah, this one, and CPU prof, and then prof.pdf. Okay, this is much nicer. So the total duration was 6.11. I feel that is slow because that is not a huge improvement over what we were starting with, and then you can see this is where majority of the work happens. Draw image is still taking a lot of time. But yeah, I think like still like it's a significant improvement over what we had previously. So if I go back to our main.go, comment this line out, the profiler here, and then if I run it now, so this part, it's sort of fetching and then sort of downloading images, so this will remain. Yeah, I think like it's immediate, like as soon as it has the files, it's done. I think like we'll have to figure out how to improve this part. It's already parallel, it depends on the network and parsing time, so we can improve on that. But yeah, let's see. So we are already generating the image, we just need to add the missing images, or the missing area where we have like this blank space here, this blank space up till here. So we need to fill this out, and there is one image missing here. That is something I also want to check, but yeah, give me a few moments, I'll be back. Okay, hi guys. So now let's get back to this. We need to figure out the logic for adding the missing images. So let's add that. We are doing this, I think, in draw images. So yeah, here, right? So I think we wouldn't need to uh, do a floor and seal, like the mat.seal part, if we have a even number of like uh, a divisible of 24 images, if we sort of fill in the missing images, right? So the way we'll get it is, let me pull up the calculator. So we have currently 101 images, right? So if we do divided by 24, okay, I need to do that. So we'll get 4.2, right? So but can we do a let me see how I had done this before. I think like we can just use the reuse the logic. Let me pull it on a separate screen. I think like the way I'm thinking is just doing a modulus, getting the remaining items from it, and then adding them to the array as a slice of first few items from the avatars. Basically, yep. Just a second. So this is the banner. Where is the banner? Here it is. So banner.js. Yeah. So this is the logic that I was using earlier, right? So we check for extra by doing like a, I'm calling it details, but then it can be like let's actually replace it with avatars. So this would be avatar. So avatars, like we divided by 24. If it's greater than 0, then we basically take divided by 24 and then take the sort of the difference between the two values, and that is our extra items, and then we append those extra items in the array. So we can do the same thing here as well. So the only problem here is that how do we fetch those items, because currently the slice can have like a lot of empty items, right? So what I'm thinking is, rather than total avatars being just a string value, it can actually be a array of avatars, correct file names, and that should be it. So I'll keep total avatars as is. Let's call it avatars, or rather yeah, avatars, or let's call it images for a second. This would be what would this be? Again, this would be a slice, right? So that wouldn't help. Yeah, that doesn't really help. So what can we do here instead? The reason why this is becoming a problem is I can't really get a slice of array, or like a part of the slice, because it contains a lot of empty elements, right? So but let's still do this. Let's make the calculation right here once we have the total avatars. So So the total avatars would be, you do total avatars percent 24. This will give us back the, let's call this extra for a second. This will just give us back what type would this give us back? It says invalid type for some reason. So can't we do modulus in Golang? How do you spell modulus? Remainder, right? So can we do this in Go? I think like it might be part of the math package. It says that this is the operator. So this would be 0, this would be 1. Yeah, this is what we are doing. So that is correct. This is correct actually. So oh, okay, I see the issue. So let's convert this into int because it's a float currently, so can't do that. Now we have extra right here. We'll say like if extra is greater than 0, so in that case what we want to do is we just want to do we just want to update extra to be equal to 24 minus extra. I think that should be it. Let's print it out. Okay, now let's do this. Let's go to go by example. Let's see if I can get the last chunk of the but last chunk of the slice is not the best place, but yeah, let's see for a second. So if we want to get a slice, right, so we can do like slice but excluding S5. No, is a slice up from and including S2. There is, yeah, slice low value and high value. For example, gets a slice of element 2, 3 and 4. So this would be okay, I think like we can just do like starting point and plus the extra minus, yeah, plus the extra. I think that should be it. So if we do, or let's just print this out for now, extra, right? We are not printing anything else. This should be fine. Let's run this. Yeah, 19 items it says. So if you open the draw image, so based on that we have two images here. So 2 plus 19 is 21 actually. That is not correct. Let me see. Yeah, that should have been yeah, that should have been correct. I don't know. Let's open the file again. Let's see. So the extra that we are getting, right? So if we have like 101%, like I don't know what percent works like the same here, the calculator. It doesn't. How about we, no, not this. We do node 101% 24, we get 5, right? Is it saying that there are 5? No. Okay, just a second. So we get 5, right? So if we do 24 minus 5, that's 19. Yeah, we got the same result there as well. Okay, let's check the image once more. Let's close this window. Let's open drawer. Are we having like 24 images currently? It's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 24 images are there. So that is fine. What could be the issue that it is okay, 24 24 24 24, so 4 times 24 plus 2. So let's see it's printing the right number of images. 4 times 24, that's 96 plus 2, that's like 98 images are already there on the screen. So that is the problem, and let's validate that by checking number of images in avatars directory. Right, do a wc -l. It says 101, but I'm not convinced. It also says 101 images here. So is it that it's failing to load images, or is it something else, or is it our calculations? Our image that we have created is correct, so that is not a problem at all. So let's see, we are ranging over avatars. Okay, let's see, we should at least get like 1 to 101 printed out. Yeah, we do get it, although yeah, this is fine. So what could be the issue? Like, are we not able to print something? Are we printing multiple times over the same thing? Could be that as well. Let's print out x and y. That would also help us out. Okay, let's see. It starts with 1 and goes up to 24. Then x gets resetted, and then it goes up to 24, and then x gets again resetted. This gets to 2, 24, so on. But this is also like doing it just 2 times, so this is something we can figure out, right? This is 24 times. I'm sorry for the background noise. 24 times we want to do happening 4 times, right? So but actually 3 full times plus plus 2 of those, right? Yeah. Oh, but then this is 0, right? So 0 index, so this would be 4 plus, but yeah, it's still 2, right? So that's still coming out to be 98. Okay. Okay, I'm confused a little bit here on what is happening. Let's, yeah, I think we are extending beyond what we had sort of planned, but yeah, let's see, like let's give it a few more, like around 10-15 minutes, and otherwise we'll just continue on this tomorrow. We did end up completing our goal for today, but I think like there's small nit that we need to address here. Let's see. So we are arranging over this. Let me also check the banner that we have here, right? This will sort of help me gauge how it is currently set up. So this has 24 items, and then repetition starts after 1 2 3 4 5 items, right? That is what I was expecting as well. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 items. So it should have more items here, and yeah, that seems to be the problem. Let's also open the avatars directory and see what is the issue there. Is there a, like we were seeing like a completely black image, or maybe it's like printing on the same coordinates multiple times? Yeah, there's no image which is like completely black in here. No, yeah, all of this looks fine. Let me close this. Let's open the draw image once. So I'm not sure who is missing in this. Yeah, I can. I can think of one person who is not here. Let's see. Let's open the avatars again. It might be that the images are not. So this image is missing. This is 300 by 300 as well. I couldn't see this one in draw. Let's see one more time. Yeah, I think this one is missing, right? So let's to debug this further, let's go to draw image. We will print out, rather than printing out extra, what we'll print out is let's take this down below here in the loop. Yeah, we don't need x and y coordinates either, or we do need x and y. We also need what we need here is the image. Yeah, I think this should be fine. Let's see. Let's run this. Right, so now let's see, this one is not printing. Let's see all the 24 values. Like, can we see 24? Like, can I see Mukul? I think these values are missing. Like, everything on the edge is missing. Before Mukul, who is there, right? So before Alia there is Shrikar. Shrikar is on the corner, right? So this is the problem. We are missing these 4 images and something here as well. So the way I see it is there not enough space? So if you have 24 images, each being 300 pixels wide, I think it should take this much space. So that is how it should be. I'm not sure what is the issue then. Okay, who is after before Mukul here? Where is 24 here? Mukul, Saurabh Dikshit, right? So Saurabh, I think we can see him here. Yeah, so all the corner folks are, right side corner folks are missing. Let's see if we have the, I think I might have something here, right? We do this part where we sort of forget about the extra bit. Are we using extra somewhere? So let's comment it out for now. So right here, if we are saying like if it's 24, right? So we should do like if it's greater than 24. Let's do this. I think this should maybe fix it. This is further smaller now. You lost more people. Every iteration we lose people here. We lost, like, do we have Saurabh now? Right now, as you can see, like it's a 4 column thing. Mukul is showing up here. Do we have Alia somewhere here? No. So we need to fix this. What change did we make? So I thought okay, it should be more than 25, right? I didn't update this bit. Okay, just give me 1 second. Okay, hi folks. Sorry about the longer delay. So I'll be wrapping up in next 30 minutes or maybe sooner than that. So let's see what we can get done. So I feel that the image got further smaller with the updated condition. As you can see that it's not even the complete uh, four uh, four rows here, right? So something is off. So let's fix that. Okay. I think we should get rid of this x and y thing right now, although like we would you're saying that if x is greater than y, if x is greater than, oh okay, it shouldn't be greater than 25, right? So it should be if x is equal to 25. Let's try this once and then we can try a very different sort of implementation where we first fill out the empty items. Okay, this is further smaller. No, actually not, but not what we want either. So now it has all the 4 columns but nothing beyond that. So where are the extra images going? Let's look about that. So going to draw. So we have basically 25 items. You're saying like if it's 25, then increment y, right? X is 0 now, so put this would be 0. Oh yeah, this would be 0, this is fine. And y would be say 1, that is like 300, starting from 300, so that is fine. And this would be the endpoint, that is also fine. But if it's okay, now thinking about it, the final value would be this actually should be 24, because should it be 24? Because what we are doing is we are doing so imagine like if it's 24, right? So we are doing 24 times 300 plus 300, and that is not something we have accounted for, so it should be should it be just 24 here, right? Like it should be 24, only then it would work correctly. So this bit is fine. Yeah, we now have 2 images, so 3 images are missing, which is the problem, because it should have 5 at the very bottom. Alright, so the problem here is like, what is this black image? Is it just being skipped? Could be that. I think we can, do we have logging currently going on? The first image that we are printing is Ankit Gupta. Okay, this might be the problem here, right? Let's see. I think I found the problem, because we should increment only after the loop, I think. Yeah, not before. Yeah, this is the problem, because that is why it's leaving the space up front, right? Like it's incrementing immediately, so it's not doing 0 0, it's doing 0 1 or 1 0 actually. No, that didn't help either, but at least the first thing is fixed, so that is good. I think we can figure out from here. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 24 images are here, and then 24 times 4 plus 1, that is not sufficient number of images. So let's close this. Let's figure out what else is missing here. So yeah, I think like logs are really helpful. These logs are really helpful. So say for example, if I also open the draw image and let's compare the logs, right? So right here we are printing Gaurav Agarwal, but he's missing. So let's print out the coordinates there as well, right? So where exactly are we trying to print out Gaurav Agarwal? So this is the image. X and Y is fine, but then let's print out image rect. I'm not sure if we can. What was this command? Okay, so if we do run this again, yeah, let's see. So let's see, this is okay. Yeah, you see like it's going on 7500, so that is the problem, right? Like we account only up till 7200. So the way I'm thinking of it is draw. I think like the this part isn't. I think this should be 25, and that is it. Let's try now. I think that is the only thing that might be creating a problem. So we should see. No, that didn't help. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25. Okay, 25 images are there now. So 25 times, this is 101 images, so this is correct actually, but I don't want 25 images in a row. I want 24 only, so let's fix that. So the way I would do it is what did we update here? So we updated which part? This part, right? I made it 25 here instead of 20. Why is it? Oh, okay, clicking should be Control X. Okay, so this is fine now. So it actually it's not fine. So I increased the X capacity, but these are 300, right? So it should be 24, and then it will fit in 24 images. What else could it be? Okay, let's look at the log once. So let's start from 0. So we start from 300 300 600 900 1200 15 18 21 24, right? 24 27 300 30 300 36 39 42 45 48 51 54 57 6. So this is like 20 items up till now, right? And then we want, oh okay, Yeah, this is no, but this was 25 items here. So I think if I run it again, our increment should be till 23 only. Yeah, because we are starting from 0, right? So considering that, if it should be up till so 0 itself is an image, right? So x should actually uh, be, so we are not doing 24. Where are we doing 24 in here? Like, where is the 24 calculation here? Oh no, this is fine as well. Here is the calculation, right? Like, in case it's 24, just move down. But that happens later. So this should be 23 now, because this is like after you are done printing 23, you do it. Yeah, this is working fine now, I think. Yep, this is fixed finally. Yeah, it's all good. Now what we can even do is, if we go to draw image, go to FG here, rather than returning creating this image, right, what we can do is, let's make this bigger. So what does our image manipulation file need? It needs what do we need here exactly? We need we do end up decoding it. Okay, so we need a basically a image, right? Image.image, and if we look at this image, I think we can use it. Image, it's a image. Collage is image.rgb image, right? So I think this is usable. So what we can do it at the very end, just return the collage. All right. So here we can denote that we are returning something from here. So we'll say it's a image dot image. I think because although it would be a pointer, I guess. Where is it? 21. Oh, 43 above. So what is it? It's a pointer, right? So it's a pointer. I think this should be fine. I don't know. No, not really. Variable of type image as image. Okay, apparently it can't use this. So that is actually going to be tricky. So what does encode require? It requires a writer. Okay, let's not worry about this. Let's just return. Let's try with RGB image. What is it? RGBA. I think this is incorrect. It returns, this is of type. No, this is correct actually. We can get rid of this line though. So if I now go to image manipulation, this takes in, let's call it image or img, which is of type star image.rgba, right? And can it sort of can we comment this all out, because we are not reading a file now? So comment this bit out as well and just get bounds from this image. Does this give us bounds? It does, right? So the rest of this is fine. Now I don't think we need to do anything here besides just giving it 1920 by say like 1080. I'm not sure like how this would work, but let's see. And we will call this image collage. Let's call it gray collage. Okay, let's put this here. I think like everything else is fine. Now we have to go to main go. We have to take in output from here. We'll call it collage, right? And then we'll pass it to this file. Yeah, looks good. Let's run this. Okay, as you can see, the image has been reduced in size. It has been made grayscale. It's smaller in size. So I think like it's working perfect. It's taking the required space, which is okay, downscaled because it was 300 earlier. So yeah, all of the things are working. The only thing left is to just fill this area. So let's do that, and then tomorrow can just be refactoring. So this would be part of draw. Now the extra part would come in handy. So if I just print out if I do println avatars and then take a 0 to extra slice out of that slice. Let's also remove this logging now. It's happening here. Image is declared but not used. Okay, so where is that on line 46? So draw. Why is this not used all of a sudden? Okay, I see. This part is no. Why are we even doing this? I'm confused. Like we don't even need to decode the image, right? Where is the draw part? Did I remove it by mistake? Oh man, I seem to have removed it. Oh god, I have to write it again. I can't undo even. That sucks. Neither draw dot. Do we have draw imported? No, we don't. I seem to have removed it. So we need to do draw dot draw. We need collage. We need collage. We need the rectangle. So that would be image rectangle. Image rectangle. We need source image, which is img. And then we need image dot point should be 00. We still need to figure out what this does, and this would be draw dot source. Yeah, let's try this out once if the program is working as expected. I'm not sure what this empty thing is. Oh, this is the slice, right? Okay, but let's see if the image is correct or not. Okay, yeah, this looks fine. So this is the problem here, right? Like we end up getting an empty slice. Let me quickly look this up. Okay, so quickly checking this out. So this what they suggest is to initialize, and there's the download file. Download, yeah, download. So the way they're suggesting initializing a slice. Where have I done that? Yeah, rather than doing this, I could just do image as a slice of string. That's all, right? So now if I run this, let's see if we get an empty slice at the very end or something else. Yep, our problem is solved. So I was introducing a problem for no reason. So considering that, let's look at are we doing a len? Let's not even do here. Let's do it in draw. So let's see like what is the default avatar length, right? So this will help us understand. Oh yeah, I didn't put it in a fmt println. So let's do that. fmt.println. If it's 101, then a lot of problems go away. Yeah, they have gone. All those problems are resolved to a certain extent, right? So I think like I can clean up a lot of len code wherever I've used len. So we are making a avatars array here. So I think if I just do how did I do it? Avatars is, or like we do var avatar is array of string. Get rid of this line. So just by this logic, I think like avatar will only have n number of items. Why do we have this random 200 number here? I don't know. I'll come back to this later on. So do we have more len here? I think that len, the previous file name len is required. This len I'm thinking we can get rid of now. Although I think we can get rid of it. Hopefully, although like I'm worried about the PNG part. But where are we doing the avatar? Yeah, here we are specifically getting the JPEG file, so it's fine. Now if I go to draw, I think we don't need to do this business. We can get rid of this loop completely. Alright, we can define a new variable though called total avatars, which is equal to the len of avatars. So now this is, and we can convert it to a float. That's fine. Alright, we will get rid of this bit of code as well actually. But let's run it and then see if everything is working as expected or it's failing or something else. Yeah, it's working. Let's open the image. No, something broke. Something has broken here. We are not getting all the images. I got too excited and refactor too many things. Let's go back to draw. Let's check the value of total avatars, or maybe it's the float conversion like before. It was creating problems, right? So I think it could be that as well, because it's already been a problem earlier. Caps lock is becoming a pain. Let's see. Let's run it one more time. Let's see the value of total avatars. 101 is here. I think it's this float part that is creating problems. So if I go over to draw again, I think this conversion might be the problem. How about we directly fix the thing that we append another. Okay, let's see. Can we, this is slice, right? So append, can we append another slice to slice? I don't know. Let's try it on play.golang. Right, so imagine we have a slice. So we have a slice called a, which is equal to or how do we, now I'm completely forgetting how to define like a new slice. So let's see, there is go by example open. We had go by example open somewhere. Okay, let's define a new slice, like two slices. I don't want to do this way. I think, yeah, this is fine as well. Let's copy this over. Let's go here, or let me just do it here. So we'll make one slice called a, which is like make a slice of 3 items, or maybe 2 items, that's fine. And then b is make a slice of 3 items, right? And then a0 is 1, or 0 rather, a1 is 1, right? This should be it. And then b, let's copy this over. So this would be b, this would be b, and let's replicate this here. This would be 2, and this would be 2 as well. So let's do fmt println a and b, just to see if these are correct. So okay, type, okay, yeah, we said strings, but I'm putting in so let's make it int, and run it. These should print back fine. Now if I do a is equal to append to a, print append b, and then do like print this line after that, I don't think this would work. Yeah, we can't do this append array of ints to int, right? But can we do this? Can we spread this? I don't think that works either, right? So I think it's like Golang append array slice to another slice. I think like we'll have to loop over it and then sort of keep appending, which is fine, unless there is something already there. Oh, You do it like at the end, 3 dots. I didn't know about this. I'm just doing like a JavaScript spread here. It says cannot use b type of slice of int as type of int in append. Too many arguments in call. Okay, but yeah, this is not where we should be doing it. We should be doing it here. Let's just print out a. Yep, that does it. So what I'm thinking to do here is in that case we have extra here, right? So yeah, before I do that, let's see like how many values is it adding here. So 1 2 3 4. This seems like a lot of values. 4 5 6 7. Like it's already too many. I don't know why or where it's getting these values from. So we are doing total avatars. We don't need to convert it into an int, it's already in it. If extra is greater than 0, then we just do, oh okay, actually yeah, it will be a lot of items. So we do 0.extra. We append this to avatars. So what we do is we do avatars is equal to append to avatars this slice. Yeah, let's see. Let's open draw. Oh, we didn't want to open draw. Draw is altered. Now we want to open gray collage. It is missing those images, right? So it is just 4 rows. It should be 4, actually 5 rows now. What did we mess up here? Okay, I am running out of time, but I can spend 15 more minutes. So okay, so after I append this, right, avatars to avatars, if I append this, I think this logic actually should move up here. So now, no, just a second. So what logic should we move? So we should move this, all of this below here, so that now we have total avatars. We get the extra from it. We append those to the avatars slice. Then we print out the total avatars to see if we have something that is divisible with 0 remainder by 24. And then we do all of this business. I think then yeah, we can get rid of this float as well. So this is also creating problems. So yeah, I think let's try this out. One more. No, this is fine actually. So why? Oh yeah, do we need ceiling? We don't need ceiling in that case, is the assumption. So if I do all of this, it's still 101. So avatars didn't get updated. Oh, but then we are getting something here. Okay, I see what the problem is. I think I know what the problem is, but we are getting so see like from here Ashish is repeating this and then this. Yeah, I think like it's working fine, just the height might be incorrect. So the reason why it's incorrect is it would be in image manipulation, I think. No, not even in image manipulation. How about we don't manipulate the image at all? How about just we go here, do this, use yeah, store the draw as well, and then also manipulate it later on as well. So do both the actions. So if I open up draw, okay, so the problem is not with image manipulation, it's with the height here. So it's how come it's okay, yeah, it's 1262, right? So I think we need to do the same logic here. But then like it shouldn't get chopped midway. It's my concern. What's wrong with this? You want to go here. I think the rectangle here has some problems here right now. So total avatars is not printing the right value, even though we are updating the avatars, because total avatars wasn't updated, right? So we need to update it again, because I think we do use total avatars in multiple places after this. Yeah, so we need to update this. I think that might help. So update it here based on the new length, and then run the program again. Okay, so yeah, we see 120 items. So if we do 24 divided by, or like other 120 divided by 25, I don't think, yeah, that's actually right. So I think the draw image, the colored image, should have all the right images. So if we start at this image, you see like there are 5 images, and then it repeats till this one, which is right here. And then now if we look at o.gray collage, so yeah, it's working fine as well. It's getting reduced in size. Now the next thing that we like, I think like we can wrap up with this, but before I wrap up, I just want to do like a quick profile of this. So let me run go main.go. So what else do we have? Just a second. Okay, we get the profile, right? So we can do go tools prof. We will update this part to say 4 dot whatever cpu prof, and then prof.pdf, then open the prof.pdf file. Okay, now what we see is it's slightly smaller. Yeah, so this part is related to, I think like, is it segregating based on packages? This is the resize. It takes like half of a second, more than half of a second. This is the HTTP part. Let's look at the bigger chunks here. So image manipulation is currently taking the biggest share. Converting to grayscale takes the most time. So maybe we can find a better way to do it, a faster way to do it. What else? Drawing takes 36% of the time, and most of it is JPEG again. Where is, like, I want to see, like, yeah, download images, right? So how is download image working here? Why isn't the download part showing up here? I don't understand. we are calling various download functions. I see it here on the right side, where it does all the network processes of client handshake and then TLS resolution and all of that. But okay, so looking at this, like this seems like the part that takes the most of the time, converting to gray, right? And then also JPEG decoding. So if we do a time go run main.go, this is with profiling enabled. Yeah, this part is taking a bit of time, so it's like around like 6.9 seconds. If we now do like remove this line here, do a go build, because I think like go build would be better, like slightly faster maybe than just doing go run, I think. Yeah, this part is getting stuck for a second. It's overall taking 6 seconds. Yeah, also how big are these images? Like I'm thinking like why save them to disk rather than just have them in memory? But yeah, it's like 1.1 MBs for all the images. So if we say for example go to downloads, right? Why do we have to download and save and then read them again? Although like I don't think this will be the major part of the process. It doesn't seem like that. Like this part is quite fast, but I think like if we, so let's make a note. So let's make this bigger. So this can be our to-dos. Keep images in memory, right? So that's one. Then what else can we improve here on this part? I don't know about this thing. Like I think like it's doing what it should be doing. Like I don't see any optimizations, like at least I'm not aware of, and my Go skills are limited, so maybe if somebody knows can recommend. But yeah, I think from my end it's fine. Then keep images in memory, like return errors from each package. So right now we are just doing logs rather than that I want to return errors. So that's one more thing. One thing I can think of is download takes in regex, so that it can be sort of configurable in a way that a regex and also takes in a regex and base URL or a URL. Why one base URL? Just a URL is sufficient. Okay, and then so this is some refactoring in this component, or in this package rather. Now if we go to draw image, right? So draw image, I think now we don't loop twice, so that is good. I think we can get rid of this if condition here, because this is not necessary really here, right? So all of this that we are doing here, right, can be abstracted out into a Go routine. So we can say like drawing can be done concurrently, right? So I think like that would be a nice improvement, because we can define the image that we are drawing to initially here. We are already doing it here when we say like collage rect, and then all of this can happen parallelly, and it doesn't need to sort of wait on the other part. So that is what we can do, and then obviously we won't do this part, right? So we will just return the collage, and in the image manipulation bit, which is something we are using gray image and all of this, converting to uh, like this gray model, right? So I'll have to see, like I don't really know if there is any better way to do this, and then we also have this resize process, right? So all of this is slow, but we'll have to figure out like if there's more we can do to this. So we can say improve image manipulation performance, and then a refactor. Like these are all refactorings, but then like I think like there's more we can do while we refactor. And then finally add support to run as a service, or rather a HTTP service, right? And then finally we would want to deploy this. So I think like probably we can do all of this in the next stream, and maybe after that there can be one more stream where we deploy this as an HTTP service. So that should do it. I got to learn a lot of Go with this, especially the image rendering and all of that part. It seemed intimidating initially, but it's quite simple. Yeah, so with that I think we can wrap up. This was 3 hours long with a bunch of breaks, but alright, so let me quickly just push it. What do we want to skip from this? We want to remove the p profile. Download.go is fine, mod and some are fine, image manipulation is fine, main is fine, collage binary we don't want to commit, so we'll remove that, and draw image is the new package, all of that is fine. So we'll say draw collage. So this was really productive. Like I wasn't really sure if you would be able to complete all of this, but yeah. Let's see if it's up there. Let's close this. Let's go here. Go collage. Yeah, I can see it here. So I think we are sort of close to completing this. Apparently Renovate wants to be here as well, so let's add it. Okay, I think we are good. With this we'll wrap up, and we'll connect tomorrow. Thank you.